Hello everyone, this is Raj Kumar D, Assistant Professor from Department of Information Technology, Dr. SNS Radhalakshmi College of Arts and Science. I welcome you all for this lecture Mobile Computing Architecture under the subject Introduction to Mobile Computing. So let's move on to this session. So, like any architecture is involved with a lot of operations, a mobile computing architecture also it encompasses with the design and structure of the systems that support several mobile applications and services. So, these mobile applications we will be installing it from several unknown sources also, and the mobile devices come with inbuilt services. So, now here we are going to have a broad view overview about the key components and the considerations we should consider under mobile computing architecture. First one is the mobile devices. It includes your hardware, operating system, and connectivity. I hope you all be familiar with smartphones, tablets, and other wearables. Nowadays we have a lot of wearables for specific applications. Likewise we have these devices with different processing power, memory, and different sensoring capabilities also. Very well known operating systems like Android, iOS, and other iOS operating systems are also existing in the market. And connectivity for predominantly now we are moving towards 5G. Likewise, we have 4G, 3G, and we have this Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and other wireless technologies also. So next one is the mobile applications. It involves native apps and hybrid apps and web apps. So native apps is the apps which is specifically it needs to be installed in the system so that it is working, and it also need to be developed for domain specific also. And hybrid apps will be using web technologies like HTML, CSS, and other web technologies to use those applications which will be wrapped into their native container, and it will be helping us to run in multiple platforms also. Like any other web apps we can use using access using web browsers. In mobile device also we will be using web apps. And application architecture we will use this client traditional client server model, where your client, that is your mobile app, is going to interact with the server, and which has the capability of processing lot of requests and response for those requests. So next one is the RESTful API, which is commonly used for communication between mobile apps and servers, which is helps us to use different operations. That is the CRUD operations like create, read, update, and delete operations. And next one is the GraphQL. So it is an alternative for REST. And the backend services we'll be using cloud services like AWS, Google Cloud, and Azure. And the databases we'll be using Firebase or Amazon RDS. So these all will be helping us to work with various applications. Then the data storage and synchronization, we use local storage. That is the data is stored on the single device, that is the local device, or else it will be used in multiple devices, so that a synchronized effort is needs to be maintained between the local storage and the backend services. And in the user interface we use this responsive design and this performance optimization. So always this mobile user interfaces need to adapt to various screen sizes and orientations. So we need to develop everything with responsive design. And performance also it includes, we have to make sure that we use a minimum network usage and our resources are maximum utilized. Then security we use both this HTTPS and at the same time REST also, and we'll be using this SQL injection and other secure coding practices so that we employ total device security. Next, in the development tools and frameworks, we use different IDEs like Android Studio, and certain cases we'll be using Xcode. Like we use tools like Flutters and Native React, so which will be helping us to perform cross-platform development, and which will be also helping us to share code between your iOS and Android. In deployment, we make sure that all our deployments are done to common stores. For example, we use Google Play or Apple Store or iTunes, like those things. And we'll be using automated pipelines for testing and deploying mobile apps. So in the scalability and performance, we need to make sure that our multiple servers are distributed properly, so that we are ensured with reliability and maximum performance. And caching, which helps us to reduce the load on the server, we use caching in our mobile applications also. So designing a robust architecture for this mobile computing environment, it involves a lot of technologies. At the same time, we need to integrate those technologies so that we ensure maximum functionality, we increase the performance, and we at the same time we provide maximum security. So whether we are using a native, hybrid, or web application, so helping us to understand these components helps us to create an efficient and scalable mobile solutions. We come to the end of this lecture. We'll meet in the next lecture. Thank you.